My mom thought men were the cause of all evil, ever since dad left us when I was 7. So at 13, I had to wear this hideous shirt to school that said, "No boyfriends," in glittery pink letters, while she installed tracking apps and put a Ring camera pointing at my bedroom window. When this guy from chemistry class started walking me home through our sketchy neighborhood and teaching me self-defense moves, I kept it secret because I was more scared of the 3 guys who'd been following me than I was of breaking her rules. My mom thought men were the cause of all evil ever since dad left us when I was 7, but that was years ago. Now at 13, I had to wear this hideous shirt to school that said, "No boyfriends," in glittery pink letters. She installed tracking apps, called during every free period, and even put a Ring camera pointing at my bedroom window. But a small part of me understood why she was such a helicopter parent. We lived in a sketchy neighborhood. The first time I got catcalled was on my 8th birthday. I was wearing a tutu skirt. And with no man walking with us to protect us, we both got harassed by men all the time. So I could kinda see why she hated the male species so much. But here's the thing. All her rules didn't stop the harassment. They just made me an easier target. A girl walking alone, obviously without a boyfriend, practically wearing a sign that said, "Vulnerable." That's when I met him. This guy from my chemistry class who noticed me speed walking past the bad corner one day, keys between my fingers like mom taught me. "Hey," he called out, "you okay?" I kept walking. Stranger danger and all that, but he persisted. I lived 2 blocks over. We could walk together. Mom's voice echoed in my head. That's how it starts. So I said no, practically ran away. But I noticed him after that. Always seemed to be around when I was walking home. This went on for weeks until the day everything changed. One day, 3 guys started following me. My heart hammered as I fumbled for my phone. Then chemistry boy appeared, just walked right up and put his arm around me. "Hey babe, sorry I'm late." The guys backed off immediately. After they left, he dropped his arm. "You good?" When I nodded, he said something that made my skin prickle. "I don't like you walking alone." Sweet or possessive? I couldn't tell. But either way, I was more scared of those 3 guys than him. So when he offered again, I finally said yes. Our walks became a secret thing. Chemistry boy knew my whole schedule. Always texted, "Home safe?" if he couldn't walk with me. Started teaching me self-defense moves in the park, his hands adjusting my stance, showing me how to break a grip. "Every girl should know this stuff," he said. But mom's words never left my mind. Predators like to establish control. He'd appear at weird times. Just happened to be in the area. Sure. Once I joked about him following me and his face went serious. I noticed things, like that car that's been parked outside your house. I could have run then. Instead, I kept meeting him. Mom almost caught us once. I was in the middle of showing him where I lived. Stupid, I know. When my mom's car turned the corner early, he practically dove behind a dumpster. My heart pounded as mom pulled up. "Who were you talking to?" "Nobody. Just on the phone." I thought I was being so clever, sneaking around her rules. Turns out someone else was sneaking around too. Because a few days later, our neighbor Mrs. Doyle got robbed, in broad daylight, by someone who knew exactly when she'd be alone, the cops said. Mom went nuclear. It's always someone they trusted, someone who learned their routine. She stared at me hard. "You haven't been talking to any boys, right?" I lied through my teeth while my phone buzzed. Another "home safe" text. Chemistry boy texted a lot, like a lot, always asking where I was, who I was with. Once I didn't respond for an hour and he showed up at the library looking panicked. "Just worried," he said. Well, 3 weeks and 2 more neighborhood break-ins later, I decided having him around was better than being alone. On days when my mom worked later, he'd sit in my closet doing homework while I kept watch. "This is insane," he'd whisper. "Yeah, no kidding. Everything came crashing down on a Thursday. Mom came home early with a migraine. I barely got him in the closet before she walked in. 'Just gonna lie down,' she said, heading to her room. He was trapped. My phone lit up with his text. 'Still in here. No sheet, Sherlock.' That's when I heard it. Glass breaking downstairs. My whole body went ice cold. Mom appeared in my doorway, face white. 'Did you hear that?' We froze as footsteps creaked on the stairs. Heavy, deliberate. Mom's eyes went wide. She mouthed 911, but her phone was downstairs in her purse. Mine was dead. The footsteps got closer. My 4'11" mom pushed me behind her, grabbing my field hockey stick. The door swung open. A man in a ski mask stood there, knife glinting. Mom swung the stick, but he caught it, yanked it away, shoved her hard into the wall. I screamed. The closet door exploded open. Chemistry boy launched himself at the intruder, using those same moves he'd taught me. They crashed into the hallway. "Call 911!" he yelled, wrestling for the knife. Mom scrambled for my phone, hands shaking. He pinned the guy using some wrestling move, knee on his back, knife kicked away, held him until the cops arrived. Turns out the intruder had been hitting single mother houses for weeks. Watched for houses with no male presence, no man's shoes on porches, easy targets. That night, Mom sat on my bed, still shaking. "How long?" 4 months, I admitted. She looked at him, really looked, then said quietly, "My rule made us a target, didn't it?" She didn't say anything else, just squeezed my hand. I really thought she had come around. But the next morning, chemistry boy wasn't at our usual meeting spot, or at school. Soon, he went from having perfect attendance to missing a week straight of school. An awful gut feeling washed over me. I knew that my mom was behind it. That whole weekend, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Chemistry boy's empty desk at school haunted me. His perfect attendance record, broken. And mom acting weird every time I brought up his name. By Monday morning at 7:15, I couldn't take it anymore. I found her in the kitchen, stirring her coffee like it held all the answers in the world. She wouldn't look at me. "What did you do to him?" The words came out harder than I meant them to. She kept stirring. The spoon clinked against the mug in a steady rhythm. "Mom." I planted myself across from her at the table. "I know you did something." He wouldn't just disappear. Her shoulders tensed. For a long moment, I thought she'd keep ignoring me. Then she set down the spoon. "I went to his house last Tuesday." Her voice was quiet, controlled. "Talked to his mother." My stomach twisted. Of course she did. Of course she couldn't just let things be after that night with the intruder. She slid her phone across the table. "Look what I found on his social media before he blocked everyone." I didn't want to look, but I had to. My fingers trembled as I picked up the phone. The photos made everything inside me go cold. 3 girls, all around my age, maybe younger. Each one alone with him in different places. A park, someone's basement, the back of a car. The girls' faces. They looked uncomfortable, scared even. One girl had her arms crossed tight over her chest while he had his arm around her shoulders. The dates on the photos spread across months, different seasons, different girls. My hands shook so bad I almost dropped the phone. He's 18, Maya. Mom's voice cut through the ringing in my ears. Been held back twice. 18, not 15 like he told me. 18. She pulled up something else on her phone. Official-looking documents. His real school records. His mother gave them to me when I showed her what I'd found. She didn't even know he was seeing you. I thought about all those texts. How he called me special. How he said he wanted to protect me. That I was different from other girls. The words that made me feel seen when Mom's rules made me feel trapped. Mom showed me screenshots from his phone. Messages his mother had found. My chest got tighter with each one. The same exact words he'd sent me. You're special. I just want to protect you. You're not like other girls. Copy and pasted to every single girl. His mother made him change schools, Mom said, putting her phone away. She was horrified when I showed her everything. She's getting him help, but he's not allowed near you or any young girls. I wanted to throw up. All those times he just happened to be there. All those self-defense lessons where his hands lingered on my arms, adjusting my stance, the way he always knew where I was. At school that morning at 8:45, kids whispered about Chemistry Boy's sudden transfer. Some said his family moved for his dad's job. Others heard he got expelled for fighting. Nobody knew the truth, and I kept my mouth shut, feeling sick and stupid. How did I not see it? The signs were all there. Always showing up, always texting, getting upset when I didn't respond fast enough. Mom's paranoid rules had made me desperate for any kind of normal connection, and he'd seen that, used it. At lunch at 12:30, Lily sat down next to me. We'd been friends since 4th grade, but I'd been pulling away lately, too wrapped up in my secret with Chemistry Boy. You've been weird since he left, she said, unwrapping her sandwich. Did something happen? The words stuck in my throat. How could I explain that the guy who saved us from an intruder was actually a predator himself? That Mom was right to be paranoid, just not in the way she thought. Walking home alone at 3:30 felt strange. No Chemistry Boy appearing from nowhere. No Mom calling every 5 minutes either. She'd been different since finding out the truth about him. I held my keys tight between my fingers, the way Mom taught me, jumping when a car door slammed. The self-defense moves he'd taught me kept running through my mind. Were they even real, or just excuses to touch me? I was halfway home at 4 o'clock when I saw Mom walking toward me. We'll walk together, she said when we met. Not because I don't trust you, because we both need to feel safe right now. Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock, Mom pulled up videos on her laptop. What he taught you was wrong, she said, showing me real self-defense instructors online. These are from actual experts. I wonder what Maya's mom found that made Chemistry Boy block everyone so fast. Those photos must have been pretty damning for him to panic like that. There's something unsettling about how he had the same moves, same lines, same pattern with multiple girls, like he'd practiced this whole routine before. We practiced in the living room, Mom holding the cushions while I learned proper strikes. These moves were different, designed to create distance and escape, not to keep someone close like his were. Wednesday afternoon at 4:30 changed everything again. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. I miss you, baby. Your mom can't keep us apart. My whole body went cold. Mom saw my face and grabbed the phone from my hand. She screenshot everything before I could even process what was happening. At 4:45, we sat in the police station. Officer Graves took us more seriously than I expected. Mom had brought a folder. When had she even made that? Full of screenshots, dates, everything she'd collected. You did good work, Officer Graves told her. This is exactly what we need. Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, I got pulled from class and sent to Ms. Fleming's office. Your mom called me, she said at 10:15, gesturing for me to sit. You're not in trouble, but we need to talk about what happened with that boy. I slumped in the chair, ready for a lecture about stranger danger or whatever. Instead, Ms. Fleming pulled out a piece of paper with a list. Do you know what grooming is? She asked. I shrugged. Something about hair? She explained how predators pick their targets. They look for vulnerable kids, ones with strict parents, few friends, low confidence. They offer what's missing: understanding, protection, friendship. They give gifts, keep secrets, slowly push boundaries. Every single thing on her list, Chemistry Boy had done. At 10:30, she continued. He picked you specifically. The shirt your mom made you wear, the obvious lack of boyfriend, the walking alone. He saw a girl who needed a friend and used that. So I'm stupid, I muttered. You're not stupid. You're 13. He's 18 and has done this before. This wasn't a fair fight. Friday at 6 p.m., Mom and I ate pizza and actually talked. Like, really talked. She told me about Dad, how he'd seemed perfect at first. Charming, protective, always there. Then slowly he became controlling, checking her phone, showing up places, getting angry when she talked to other men. I was so scared you'd end up like me, she said, picking at her crust. But I was making the same mistake, trying to control you to keep you safe. Saturday at 2 p.m., we signed up for a real self-defense class together. The teacher was a woman who made me feel strong, not scared. Mom actually smiled watching me practice the moves. Monday morning at 8 o'clock brought another shock. A new unknown number, this time with a photo attached. Me, walking into school that morning, taken from across the street. Mom called Officer Graves while I tried to breathe normally. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. By 8:30, police cars sat outside school. The principal announced new safety measures over the intercom. Extra security, teachers monitoring the sidewalks, a buddy system for walking to and from school. Everyone knew something had happened, even if they didn't know what. The whispers followed me through the halls. Tuesday at 12 p.m., I finally told Lily everything at lunch. The whole story spilled out. His real age, the other girls in the photos, the texts that wouldn't stop. My cousin went through this, she said when I finished. The guy seemed perfect at first, too. Wednesday at 11 a.m., Ms. Fleming started a lunch group about healthy relationships. 4 other girls showed up. We didn't share names, but we all understood each other. At 11:30, 11:30, one girl described her boyfriend. Older, protective, tells her she's special. My stomach dropped. It sounded exactly like Chemistry Boy's pattern. At 11:45, after group, the girl approached me. It's him, isn't it? The same guy? She showed me their texts, word for word what he sent me. At 12 p.m., we went to Ms. Fleming together. She called Officer Graves immediately. This changes things, she said. Multiple victims makes a stronger case. Thursday at 9 a.m., 2 more girls came forward after Ms. Fleming carefully spread the word. We all met with the police separately to give statements. Friday at 3 p.m., the detective told us Chemistry Boy has done this in other schools. There's a pattern going back 3 years. Mom held my hand as we processed this. Saturday at 10 a.m., Mom and I attended a support group. Other moms shared their guilt about being too strict or not strict enough. Other girls shared feeling stupid for trusting. Monday at 7 a.m., news broke that Chemistry Boy was arrested over the weekend. Some kids at school called us liars. Others quietly thanked us for speaking up. At 12 p.m., boys made gross jokes about the situation. Lily told them off while I sat frozen. Fighting physically is one thing, but fighting words is harder. Tuesday at 2 p.m., the principal held an assembly about consent and grooming. Most kids didn't pay attention, but some did. A few girls approached me after with their own stories. Friday at 4 p.m., the prosecutor called. They're pressing charges, multiple counts. The trial will be in 2 months. I'm relieved but terrified. Saturday at 6 p.m., Mom showed me she deleted the tracking apps. I trust you, she said, but we keep talking, okay? We made rules together that felt fair. 2 weeks later, Monday at 8 a.m., I walked to school alone for the first time in months. Alert but not afraid. I knew the safe spots Mom taught me. I trusted my gut. Wednesday at 3 p.m., a younger girl wearing a no boyfriend's shirt walked alone, keys between her fingers. I recognized the fear. I offered to walk with her. Thursday at 4 p.m., Mom mentioned someone from work asked her to coffee. She asked my opinion about him. We talked about red flags to watch for. She took my concerns seriously. Friday at 5 p.m., the trial date got closer. The prosecutor prepared us, warning it would be hard. Mom took time off work to be there with me. Trial week, Monday at 9 a.m., seeing him in court made me shake. He looked smaller, younger even. His lawyer tried to paint us as confused kids with crazy parents. At 11 a.m., I testified, sticking to facts. The prosecutor showed the texts, the lies about his age, the pattern. My voice stayed steady even though I was scared. Tuesday at 10 a.m., the other girls testified. We're all scared but stronger together. The evidence piled up, screenshots, witness statements, his history. Wednesday at 2 p.m., the jury found him guilty on multiple counts. He got real jail time plus has to register as an offender. Mom cried with relief. Thursday at 7 p.m., at home, we ordered Chinese food. Life felt weirdly normal. We won, but it didn't feel like victory, just relief that it's over. 2 weeks later on Monday, school continued. The whispers had mostly stopped. I walked to school sometimes alone, sometimes with Mom, finding our balance. Wednesday at 12 p.m., more girls joined Ms. Fleming's lunch group. We talked about healthy relationships, warning signs, trusting ourselves. I helped the new girls. Friday at 4 p.m., Mom and I graduated from our self-defense class. The teacher said we're her best mother-daughter team. We wore that pride together. 1 month later on Monday, I realized I hadn't checked the window locks in weeks. The fear was fading. Mom noticed too, smiled when I left without checking in 3 times. Wednesday at 3 p.m., a girl approached me after school. Her older boyfriend was making her uncomfortable. I gave her Ms. Fleming's number and my phone number. Saturday at 10 a.m., Mom and I volunteered at the support group now. We told our story to new families. Some moms cried seeing their own mistakes. Some girls cried seeing the truth. Monday at 8 a.m., the neighborhood was still dangerous. Men still yelled things sometimes. But Mom and I faced it together now. Not controlling, not careless, just careful. Wednesday at 3:30 p.m., walking home, I saw another girl alone, scared, keys out. I offered to walk with her. This time, I knew how to really help. We walked together, and I taught her what I've learned about real safety. Time for me to sign off, folks. Appreciate you letting me sprinkle a little wit on your day. Catch you on the flip side. If you made it to the end, drop a comment. I love reading all your comments.